I'm in the hub, I'm in the bug, yeah. I'm in the hub, I'm in the hub. I'm in the hub, flipping it out like drugs. I'm in the hub, I'm in the hub. I'm in the hub, I'm with the sinners and thugs. I'm in the hub, I'm in the hub. I'm in the hub.
Welcome. What's up, Crown? Welcome to the Hub Show, episode 1. AI. I'm Drawmedy.
Right.
And we are Crown of Orion.
We are the digital gods of this episode.
We are the digital gods of this episode. Cool. So we're going to be running these weekly podcasts, Crown and I, where we're going to basically just going to be talking about anything AI, anything technology-wise, any Web3 news. We're going to do pop culture. We're going to do fashion. We're going to see what Crown's wearing. Crown, let me see that hoodie.
We got a little Murakami light flex.
What's up? Let me see the back. Oh. Okay, nice. What happened to you're not wearing the beanie, man?
I got it, though. It's a little too hot up in here to be wearing it.
What's up?
Let's see your hat, though. What do you got on your hat?
Check this out. Oh, my God.
Oh, there you go.
I need a Max Tween. They know what that's about.
You know what time it is.
You know what time it is. Cool. So we're going to start with Hub News. Do we have some Hub News music?
Hub News music coming in.
You can find me up in the hub. Everybody showing me love in the hub. Yeah, we all doing our thing. Ain't no drama to bring in the hub.
Nice.
Everybody showing some love in the hub. Everybody eat going up in the hub.
I wish my eat was going up. I got points too, but you know.
Let's do it.
Let's go. So, with that said, we want to express our deepest gratitude to our founders, Murph and Graystars, who have decided to transition into the esteemed roles of legacy founders. Their dedication and efforts have been a key factor in getting us to this point, and we appreciate everything that they have done for the hub. And in light of this transition, we are thrilled to welcome 2 new individuals. You guys probably all know them. They're going to be introduced to the advisory board as advisory board members. We have Kiba and Rix. They bring with them a wealth of experience and a common passion for building in the hub. So yeah, a lot of us know them. And we have a special video from this sexy caveman that we know. Graystars.
By having just an immense amount of appreciation and love for all of you for coming and hanging out. But also a bit of encouragement. In case no one has told you lately, or if you haven't felt it, you are special, you are valuable, you have worth, you have purpose. There are people in your life that need you and love you. There are people that rely on you and the other way around. We are all one. We are all together in this life.
Oh my God, that was so deep.
Yeah, he's that's like on autopilot for him right there.
Dude, I love him. Honestly, I need more Graystars.
Right, we all need more Graystars in our lives.
We do. We need some little Graystar in our life.
Right.
So what do we got? What's the?
So you know what ChatGPT is, right? I mean, like we can move into the show in the next segment. We can get out of Hub News. But you heard about it, right? You heard what ChatGPT is?
Yeah, of course. I use ChatGPT for everything.
Right. So for the viewers, ChatGPT is based on OpenAI. It's a San Francisco-based non-for-profit artificial intelligence research company. It was founded in 2015 by Elon Musk, Sam Altman, and others. OpenAI's mission is to advance digital intelligence for the benefit of humanity. They created ChatGPT, a chatbot that uses artificial intelligence to process natural language and create human-like responses. I think everybody knows what ChatGPT is at this point. It's like the future, like we all kind of like know about it. But like one of the things they're rolling out is Sora. Have you seen Sora, Drawmedy?
I've heard a lot about Sora. I think from you as well.
Yeah. So Sora is OpenAI's new text-to-video generator. It's a machine learning tool that transforms text prompts into detailed videos. I think we have a video on it. You want to check it out?
Oh, yeah. Let's see this.
So here's a movie trailer with a guy with a knitted hat, like in the future, on a spaceship. I know this is like Dromedy's in line for that movie.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of people walking in Tokyo on a snowy street. We got a cat waking up Dramedy in the morning.
Oh, look at that.
And then I wanted to throw this one in there because one of the hardest things to do with this AI is to create like really good hand movements. And I
Yeah,
think
that's
that like,
insane. It's the
right?
hands. Look at that.
Yeah. So I think that that was like the highlight of that last video. So I mean, like, the advancements of this is getting out of control, and this is going to create like, this new content creator, usage of like, these generators, and this is going to create like a lot of positives. And like I think that like I wanted to highlight like the positives of video AI and how people are going to use AI to create video content. So if you had access to Sora, what would you create, Dramedy?
I would want to make myself some digital superstar, international best-selling, 14-time Grammy Award winner. Yeah, I'd want to make myself a superstar so that way I'd get all the money, all the fame, but nobody would actually know who I really am. So I'd love that. What about
Right.
you? What would you do?
I'd be like a super athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like you would, I'd be like
You were an
undiscernible.
athlete though.
Yeah. But like, like like anything I could do, just that much better, right? Like, so if I could do like, double flip on a trampoline, it'd be like a triple flip or something like that. Just like, completely pushing boundaries with the tool.
Make me hot. You know what I mean? Fuck.
Right. Make me money.
Make me money and make me hot.
Right.
And then people
So,
meet you in real life and they're like, ugh, and you're like, yep.
so one of the groups really, like, it's like a hip hop group. It's Earth Gang. Have you ever heard of them?
No, I haven't.
So like a super cool hip hop group from Atlanta. They're commonly compared to Outkast, but they're basically using ChatGPT and generated AI technology to produce like their new video and their entire new album. But their new video is called Blacklight. I think we have a little clip of it, and it's entirely made with like AI. So check it out.
Blacklight, expose your flaws, nothing wrong with me. Blacklight, expose your flaws. Blacklight, expose your flaws, nothing wrong to me. Blacklight, expose your flaws. Blacklight.
That is dope. I love the song too.
Yeah, I love that song. I like how it's like black light exposes your flaws. And I think that like the AI video still has a couple flaws in it. And you can like really, when you're watching that video, you can start to see like the faces and the hands kind of like in like this kind of like weird movement. And I think that's like the point of the lyrics of the song is like, black light exposes your flaws, and they like expose the flaws of like, the AI technology through it. But it's just the beginning. And I think that like, Earth Gang is like a first mover on kind of like using this technology in their videos,
Yeah. See, this is the only thing that was keeping me from becoming an international superstar is like, I didn't have money to create my own video. Now I could just make it like crazy video where I'm just like in some beautiful beach or like in outer space.
Right. And I think the future is crazy, right? Because, we are now going to have digital influencers. Like there's multiple different influencers that are created with just AI now that are making $1,000 a month just off of content they're posting. These faceless accounts. Like I think it really is like, opening up a new revenue stream for like, thousands and maybe, millions of people in the future.
My sister was just even something so simple as just like the AI voices, that you hear them everywhere.
Yeah.
My sister was showing me that there's this huge thing where like people go to Reddit and they, how, Reddit, where they write all these crazy stories of things that have happened to them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all these crazy sob stories or these like horrific, like things that you don't even know if it's a real story or not, if it didn't actually happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they type all these crazy stories on Reddit, and there's these actual accounts that just simply take these stories and make the AI read the story, and these accounts are making money.
That's so
Is that
genius.
not insane?
No, that's genius. That's genius.
Because insane genius, it's like right there, hand in hand.
Yeah, it's like it's letting AI like basically like, interpret content, and then create something out of it. And I think that.
So in other words, we're going to be doing a segment on this show where we're going to be reading crazy ass Reddit stories for you guys, and we're going to make some money off of it.
Right, and then like 5 years down the road, there's going to be
us.
like 5 years down the road, there's gonna be like AI version of this show with like me and you, and like someone created like to just deep baked us, basically.
Yeah, my brain is just so like exhausted that I literally said, write to us with this. So, yeah, the best part is that they can see us. This is why I prefer Twitter Spaces, because they can't see the stupid shit I'm doing in the background. But yeah,
Right, right.
cool. So those are some of the positive things that, and also I think, where we're going to get into the negative is also the positive is like it's cutting down costs, right? For artists, maybe independent artists that wouldn't be able to afford a cool video or whatever, something like that, something that would give them exposure because they don't have, the funds. They can use this technology, and now it's kind of like puts you in more of a leveled field, where it's just like you can create the same stuff that people are creating on, MTV or whatever channel you guys watch your videos at. And that segues into our negatives. We have a story here. From about Tyler Perry. I don't know if you heard about this, Crown, but apparently Tyler Perry put his 800 million studio expansion on hold after seeing what OpenAI's Sora is the AI we just witnessed. Jobs are going to be lost. This is insane. $800 million studio expansion on hold.
That's insane.
I mean, how many people do you think work on these studios? Like,
I mean, like, yeah, because all we see is like, the people that are the actors and actresses, but behind the scene, there's got to be thousands of people on each movie, you know what I mean, that like now don't have jobs, or like in the future aren't going to have jobs.
do you think that honest question, because I have no idea, do you think that this can, in some way, it's going to be penalized? I mean, there has to be a time where they need to penalize these kind of studios or something. I mean, in a fair way, that because or else how are all these people going to? And I'm talking about it in many different AIs, and like I'm talking about like Amazon and the Googles and all these things that are letting go of so many people to use these AIs. Do you think that the government or like anyone's going to penalize them for not having like for having fired all these people?
I mean, I think that that's a great question, and I think that anything's possible. But my idea, or at least what I'm thinking about the subject matter, is that in complete like the almost like the opposite context is that like instead of penalizing the companies that are like firing people, that they're going to go after the companies that are making like retarded sums of money, right? So it's like, and I think that like that's where they're going to like kind of target these social networks, and I think that that's like content creators in the future, I think might be like the new job for everybody. I mean, even right now, like in the censuses, when they ask like, people under the age of 30, like, what's the job you want to, or even younger than that, people under the age of 30, 20, like, what's the job you want to be when you grow up? And like the most common answer now is like YouTuber or influencer, you know what I mean? So I think it's very like, if all these people are out of work, I think it's very easy for the government to go after, huge companies that are still making like that aren't hit by this, and then basically saying like, hey, like let's come up with jobs for the people. And I think that content creation and like YouTube paid out $7 billion last year in content creators.
It's like that old saying, and I say old because I don't think like you can use it as well anymore. But you know how people would be like, "Oh, you're probably in your mom's basement or on your computer all day," and it's like, yeah, actually, these people are in their fucking mom's basement or they're behind their computer all day, but they're making so much freaking money.
Yeah,
so it's like that's not even an insult anymore. Now it's
yeah,
like, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
right. And I also think that like like even if you look at like up until the age of 30, I think like it's the percentages are leading to more people staying at home, you know what I'm saying, and still living in like a multi-generational household, you know what I'm saying, like that the age is going up and up as the prices of housing increases, you know what I mean. It's all just opening up like new avenues. Like I think digital real estate, like you know what I'm saying, is what like a lot of these younger people are thinking of now, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Okay, that's some intense stuff right there. What's next?
Okay, so basically, like you want to get even crazier is that now we're talking
Let's
about
get crazy.
so now we're talking about like the advancements of AI, right? And if it goes spirals out of control and actually becomes like this sentient living entity, right? So there's this thing, it's called like the Pause Giant AI experiments. Have you heard about this, Dramedy?
No, I have not.
And so the basic idea of this is that like because AI is different from all other technologies, it can literally make decisions by itself. Like even an atomic bomb can't decide which city to bomb. So I think that like AI is the first technology that's going to be allowed to make decisions about us you know? So
Yeah.
like this pause giant AI experiments, this open letter is basically published by the Future of Life Institute. And the basic thing is basically they want to put in a moratorium on the creation of AI that's more advanced than ChatGPT. And so basically, as of now, they've got 33,708 people to sign this thing. And there's some huge names on the list.
Send that to me. I need to sign it.
And the premise is to basically like not allow AI to spiral out of control and to basically like, take over the world, basically.
I mean, but that's where it's headed, right? I mean, every single day, this is just getting more and more intense. I see even like, um, even on regular like websites, like literally I follow these blogs, like, random blogs that people don't follow any kind of technology. Everything is just technology now. Everything's tech, tech, tech. And it's just like, I don't see, this stopping anytime soon, but that's just in those kind of communities. Imagine in those kind of in the wrong hands, those kind of communities that can really use that and like use it for fucking shit up,
100%. Yeah. I think it's just all greed, right? It's all based upon like, how much money you want to make versus what you want to sacrifice for humanity.
Yeah. You know what? I'll sacrifice all y'all and some money. No, but kind of to bring in Web3, I've been in like a couple of Discords and a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of people have been kind of like, shit coining and doing a bunch of shit. But they've been using like these AI bots now. I don't know if you've seen that. It's nuts. I'm like, I've never been good at trading. I've never been good at any of that. So I need to use those AI bots. Have you used any of that?
Yeah, I've used it in multiple different fashions, and I think that the premise here is that like like we all have ideas on what we think is going to work, but when it comes to AI, it's like let me run 1 million simulations of this, and let me see which one is the percentage wise the one that plays out the most, right? And I think that like life is kind of like a poker tournament, right? Where everything is just like percentages, like no matter where you go, like there's obviously like a small percentage chance like an asteroid's going to hit you when you're walking down the street, right? So it's just like, we're all kind of living our life based on percentages. And that's the way our brains work, is to kind of try to make choices based on what we think are the best percentages. So I think that like when we use AI and we're able to run, 1 million simulations on a specific ecosystem that can tell us, hey, here's the most likely outcome. It's still not going to be 100%, but like obviously, like you're going to play, you're going to want to operate based on what's going to be the highest percentage for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I needed my hands on one of those AI bots for that. I see some people making money out there. You know who you are. Cool. So what do we have next? Let's see. We have, oh man, this is a good headline. What is in Sam Altman's backpack? Does anyone have an idea? I wish this was like a live recording right now. Not a live record, but like a live set, because people would be coming up with the craziest shit.
Right.
I know what would be in your backpack. Probably like a bong, right? Like a hoodie for sure.
Right. A hoodie,
A hoodie.
like a couple extra hats, maybe another pair of shoes.
Dude, same. If I have a hoodie and sunglasses, I'm ready for any weather.
Right.
I'm ready for anything. Okay, so let's see. What is in Sam Altman's backpack? So Sam Altman, he's the maker of OpenAI's ChatGPT platform. He is often seen carrying this blue-colored bag. Now it's famously known as a nuclear backpack. This nuclear backpack holds his laptop with the codes to save the world if AI suddenly goes out of control. The nuclear backpack could remotely detonate all the data centers of ChatGPT. Chooses to go the other way from world harmony. So this backpack literally has like a button. Can you imagine that? Like getting mugged or forgetting it at the bar when you're drunk. That's something that would happen to me.
Right. Yeah, like we're all counting on Sam Altman to like keep a level head in all situations with this backpack. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
how old is this guy? He has to be going to a local bar, or like something like that. I mean, he probably has bodyguards, right?
yeah, I would hope so.
Who would you trust with his bag? I'd just be like the entire time just paranoid.
Yeah, I think that like the only reason, like I don't know, like you know what I mean, like you just want to like you literally like tank the stock of, like all the cryptocurrencies just boom tank.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, ChatGPT is going fucking insane. He's like, oh shit, I knew I left my backpack somewhere. Where'd I leave it?
Right,
Trace my
exactly.
tracks, cancel your cards, but you can't find the backpack. Yeah, that's nuts.
That's literally bonkers. So I think that, like, that brings us into our next segment, where it's like, in a world of salvation, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's looking for it, and like AI might become like our new Jesus, where like everyone looks to it for salvation. So basically, have you seen this new thing where basically like AI basically took all these old tablets that had all this like religious text on it that like
Yes, I'm
no
so blown
one
away
could
by
translate?
this.
And so like they gave it to AI, and like that's where we get into like this whole simulation thing, right? Where it's able to just like decode. It's almost like cracking, like, like the code of a computer or something like that. And so basically it's able to basically now tell us everything that like all these religious texts happened at the dawn of time, like all these things that we didn't know. And so like AI is basically now turned into like this thing that can basically fulfill this religious dream of a book that's written by this superhuman intelligence, right? Like, actually, can AI write a Bible for us and become like our digital God, you know? And I think that, like, all these like religious zealots out there that basically like would now look to AI as being smarter than humans. Like, like there's just so many stats out there, right? AI is smarter than any human. AI is smarter than the population of the planet. AI has now wrote a Bible, right?
No, I mean, not wrong.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm now going to listen to every single thing that this thing says. And if this thing now becomes, sentient to the point of like trying to lead the people, anything's possible at that point.
So that's the question that I wanted to ask you, because I know you're such a deep thinker, especially when it comes to religious things of the spiritual nature. Um, for me, I have a different meaning of what something sentient is. So I want to really get to what is sentient to you, and what is sentient in this form?
And I know, I think it's like, it's so arguable on like the difference of what's reality versus what we can discern, right? Because I think that, like, if you take an AI and you connect it to everything, and now it's like a quantum internet, almost like it's connected to every single thing that's connected to the internet, and it's able to basically like bring in all kinds of information from everywhere in a moment. It's almost like you're a human, but you're like, now your brain is attached to like the ether or something like that, so you're like all knowing. So at that point, like, what is the discernment of the human being that's communicating with it, right? Is it like, where do we get to the point where we recognize it as this living entity that's basically like, able to make its own decisions? Because, I think if we all had access to all the information in the world at one point, I think we can all make an informed decision. But I think the reality is that a lot of us are just kind of like fumbling through life and just kind of like winging it. And I think that, if that's the definition of human, is being flawed, you know what I'm saying? Then I think that, like, ChatGPT is going to, at this point, or at least AI at this point, is basically living up to that, because it is flawed. But I think in the future, if it becomes perfect and it actually becomes this sentient thing that we all think it's going to become, that, is it flawed to be human, or is it flawed to be AI? Is that even part of the reality of this? Is it more evolved than us? Is this something that we're trying to now become? You get what I mean? And that's
Because
where
I
we
mean,
get.
there's like empathy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where does that like fall into all this?
And that's what you see in a lot of books and a lot of movies that are made about AI, is the empathy part. And it's like, how can something have empathy of something else if it's not the same, entity, right? So if it's not human, how does it have empathy for humans, right? So I think that, like, we've seen that in a bunch of movies where, like, programmers try to program empathy and emotions into the actual AI so that it can live that way. But, there's safeguards on all this stuff,
I mean, let's be honest, there's some humans that also lack empathy. So there's that,
Yeah, and that's the thing is that, like, you have a gun and you have someone use it for, you have a policeman possibly use it for good, or you have, like, a criminal possibly use it for bad. You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to think about. I really like getting into these topics with you, and believe us, guys, we can go on for like 3 hours on this topic alone, because you get so deep in on this. Like, you are like, anytime I have anything that has any headline or anything that I have a question that has anything to do with any spiritual or religious, I always automatically, I'm like, I need to talk to Crown about this. He's gonna give me the real lowdown.
I try.
So what's this OpenAI versus Elon Musk? Have you seen this?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's seen it at this point. Like, there's a tweet a day on this one.
Yeah, I also, does he like at everyone? Because I keep getting all of these like, how does he? I mean, he owns it. So
yeah,
I'm like, every morning I'm like, oh, Elon Musk replied or Elon Musk fucking posted.
Right. I think when he bought Twitter and X, I mean, for multiple reasons, like we don't have to get into that right now, but I think that like he kind of like views himself as like the biggest influencer on it. Like I think that
he is. Let's be honest.
Right, for sure. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
But like in his mind, he's thinking that at all points and like trying to live up to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So in the beginning of this, we let everybody know, or probably everyone already knows that Elon Musk and Sam Alman were founders. Were founders of OpenAI. Musk in February of 2018 wrote an email and told the company executives that the only path forward for OpenAI was for Tesla, his electric company, to buy it. The company refused, and Musk left OpenAI later that year. So now, 2024, fast forward, billionaire Elon Musk is suing OpenAI and its CEO, Sam Altman, saying that they abandoned the startup's original mission to develop artificial intelligence for the benefit of humanity and not for profit. Under its new board, it is not just developing, but is actually refining an artificial general intelligence to maximize profits for Microsoft rather than for the benefit of humanity. So, just billionaires going at it.
It's wild. It's wild because in response, OpenAI responded to Elon Musk citing that, like, like just like you just said, that, Tesla, right? If they owned it, that Elon Musk would have full control over it. And it's like literally the same thing that he's like, saying that Sam Altman's trying to do.
Yeah. I hate that quote unquote absolute control. Like that does that not sound like fucking scary? Like part of like some science fiction movie, like absolute control. And it's just like, oh yeah, we're all fucked.
Yeah. I mean, like when you got billionaires that with like AI that can, read the religious text of the Egyptians and then basically like make
Dude, right?
what they should do with the stock market and cryptocurrency and the future of humanity. Like it gets pretty bonkers. Like we're literally living in a AI, future tech movie right now.
Yeah. And it brings me also to this point that I think we talked about last time, you and I. Who do you believe? Like, who do you believe? What do you believe? So like all of these things, right, AI is supposed to give you all this information. They're supposed to decode all of these ancient tablets, and they're supposed to, read all these ancient languages and decode everything. But they're still being controlled by someone, by a company, by something, right? So who's to really say that what AI is telling us is actually true?
Well, I think that like it's weird too because like what it is that they put limiters on it, right? So they don't want everyone to have access to the information that AI possibly has. So it's like try it, like go and ask ChatGPT like some advanced questions or something like that, and it'll say like based on the information.
I can't do that.
Right,
I can't get advanced questions.
But it's like based on the information I have available to me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, hits you with that shit.
Yeah. And so like and that's where you get to the point of like them controlling it, is because it could obviously have access to that information if they allowed it. You know what I mean? And I think that like they're not allowing this thing, and that's where you get into like the APIs of like the third party companies that are using ChatGPT to give you like other information. Like for instance, like I'll give you a perfect example. Like, ChatGPT can suggest like hashtags to use on like Instagram or YouTube or something like that, but it doesn't have access to the hashtags that are being used right now. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, if you ask it like, hey, like tell me the top trending hashtags right now, you know what I'm saying? It'll be like, oh, I don't have access to that information, but I can give you some great hashtags to use. You know what I'm saying? But now like a third party company can now license ChatGPT, and that they have an API, and they if they have an API that's now connected to, they have to license that through Instagram or whatever, and now if they have that API as well, they connect those together, and now they're allowing ChatGPT to have access to that information. So now if you're in that ChatGPT, right, that augmented
Oh yeah,
version.
that premium one that you only have
Yeah,
to pay two
exactly. That
thousand
you're paying.
dollars a month for.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
I
Then
have
you could
that.
be like, hey, what are the top trending hashtags right now for Instagram? And it can literally tell you that information, like live stream, basically.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we need to ask it what kind of hashtags do we need for to make this show like crazy viral. So Musk has now promised to drop the lawsuit. Apparently,
Wow. What's this now?
so it says the company must change its name to Closed AI. This is like crazy. It's almost like a joke, right? He's trolling. He even shared a photo of Sam Altman and captioned it, "Fixed it." He fixed it for him. He's so nice.
Nice. I even think I saw one the other day where he posted like it was like a logo of OpenAI and it like inside of it said like lies all through it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It was like
Yeah.
a few days ago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just like,
That's
he's
that's
super
how.
trolling. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be, dude. It's
Right.
like I saw that. His okay, his level of trolling though is unmatched.
No, that like we said,
He's
he's the best influencer on X. So he like saw people troll and he's like, I'm gonna do it better.
I'm the troll. You
King.
gotta pay the troll.
Right, you gotta pay the troll toll.
Yeah, I was gonna say it, but I'm like, okay, this is we'll go a different path down the
Right.
different path.
Well, he's definitely making everybody pay the troll toll for sure.
Oh, for sure to get into the Twitter hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're getting into a special section we'd like to call Hub Bag.
Making money in the hub, turn a penny to a dub, turn the W's into Benjis. I'm forever out the mud.
That's right.
I'm trying to make a bag. Let's go. So this is actually a pretty cool story. So OpenAI's CEO Sam Altman is introducing the world to a new cryptocurrency called WorldCoin. WorldCoin offers a new and unique method of identification to reduce the risk of fraud. WorldCoin is different from other popular cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, which you and I use very often. So this is a really interesting part. It's super easy for you to get WorldCoin. You can do it. Your baby can do it. Your grandma can do it. Literally anyone can do it. All you need to do to get WorldCoin is scan your eyeball through a sphere-shaped device called the orb. The orb scans your eye to ensure that you're human, and you only need to sign up once. I mean, how it's a no-brainer, right? I'm like doing it. I'm doing that tonight. The iris structure of the subject's eyes is then used by the orb to generate a special identifying code that serves as the person's unique identifier. The code is then saved on WorldCoin decentralized blockchain. Easy, right?
That's straight bonkers. It's even crazier because WorldCoin's price has gone up huge recently, and I think it's all attached to OpenAI's Sora project, which has generated all this optimism in the market. Sora Beta's innovative AI capabilities and content production are seen as a factor contributing to the increased interest in WorldCoin and the broader crypto space. WorldCoin's associations with OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Sam Altman indicate a focus on artificial intelligence and potentially utilizing ChatGPT or similar models for various aspects of their platform. I mean, not financial advice, DYOR, do your own research, but the possibilities of WorldCoin being linked to ChatGPT and OpenAI are endless.
Yeah, this is insane because I know you and I had a discussion about this, about how insane it is to just it's like I don't understand how it's just so easy to be like, hey, we're gonna give you this. All I gotta do is let me scan your eyeball. Like that is like I almost feel like it's identity theft, right? Like
I'm telling you.
my eyeball, what?
Yeah, I think that the number one commodity on the planet right now is consumer data. And I think that your eyeball or your eye print is consumer data to the max. And I think that allowing a company to own the rights to that is basically like allowing them to own the rights to a digital copy of you. Like it can be anything from like walking in the mall and having a camera scan your eye and serve you like a digital ad that's right for you, that's tailored to you, all the way to like them being able to use this digital scan to create like maybe a digital copy of you using Sora or in an artificial intelligence movie or something like that.
That's definitely going to be in the fine print. Like, oh, by the way, we own your eyeball now.
Yeah, right.
Like you're sleeping, all of a sudden there's just these commercials going on. You're like, what the fuck? They're in your dude. They could be in your dreams, right? And you wouldn't even know. Well, it's just like you said, going to the mall.
Yeah.
Like I'll be, going to get a pair of like pants or something, and it's like, hey, don't forget the new T Swift album. You know what I mean? Or don't forget that, like, I don't know, crop top for your girl, or this yellow thong. I don't know, whatever. It's gonna literally go. You know what I would do? This is so funny. So imagine if you're like watching porn, right? Okay, this is gonna get way out of hand. So imagine if you're like watching porn, and then you're like, there's this hot girl and she's wearing like a yellow thong, right? And then you go to the mall, and then you're like shopping around. It's like, hey, Crown, remember that video you were watching yesterday? We have that yellow thong for your girl. Dude, right. Downstairs, make a right. It's right next to Victoria's Secret and Sephora. You're gonna be like, oh shit, how did they know?
Right. It's like, I see you're going on a trip with your girlfriend to, an island this weekend. Let's get you everything you need. Let's just start serving you everything.
Yeah, I guess I'm the fucking pervert. Thanks a lot, making me bring a porn. Okay. Yeah. And you're just making it all innocent, like, we're going to an island,
Right. I was struggling there. I think porn was definitely more interesting, though. You definitely
a lot more realistic. But no, that's crazy. The things that this could do. And also it's like, so I don't know how. Sometimes I feel I'm like scared that I'm asking these questions. People will be like, "What the fuck are you asking?" I don't care. It's kind of like when you do this 23andMe, right? You're like you do the swab, whatever. But a lot of people don't know that you're like actually allowing them to use your DNA, your stuff for like pharmaceutical stuff. Like, how many people, like, give me this many people that have ADHD, and we're going to try this on them. And you have no idea that they're using it for that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're also using your DNA to put in like censuses too. Like, what I'm saying, like every census that like, keeps track of like people, like define.
And you're signing that off. And you don't even know.
Yeah. That all goes into like statistics. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, hey, here you go. Here's some free world coin. It's like, nobody gives you anything for free. And also world coin sounds super like world order. Does it not? Does it not sound like kind of creepy?
Right. Oh, I believe the first title of it was New World Coin, I think.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not creepy.
They changed it. Right.
Okay, yeah, smart.
This doesn't play in our PR department. We have to
it doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Right.
Cool. So yeah, I think that's our show. We definitely want to thank you if you've reached the end, for, being able to stand Crown and I. Thank you. We want to do these shows weekly. We'll also be running a podcast because we want to kind of get feedback, in real time. We're going to be pinning a bunch of videos from this podcast, right, Crown?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll pin some video. We'll basically do a Twitter space. We'll pin a bunch of videos. We'll allow you to come in the Twitter space. We can talk about it, and get your feedback. Anything that communications that we have with, anybody that wants to be part of the show. We definitely want to bring guests on the show. We plan to do the show live in the future, have you guys chat on the side, possibly bring your comments into the show, and then, run games, contests, the best winners.
Play marbles? Oh my God, are we going to play marbles?
We can do it live.
Let's bring that back.
We're definitely doing that. We're playing ducks, all that stuff.
We're doing
duck race, all that stuff.
Definitely, though, what you said, feedback, please. Like, we love feedback. We want to hear what you guys enjoyed, what you want to hear more of, what you want to hear less of. And yeah, if you guys want to be part of the show, if you guys want to be a guest, let us know as well. These are our socials. Follow us at the Hub, Crown, Draw. We're also going to be uploading, I believe, some. This is going to go on YouTube and it's going to go on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then the Twitter space probably sometime next week. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to us. And we'll see you next week.
Right. Let's roll it out with a song.
We have songs for everything. Let's go.
Right. Saul, we love you.
Saul.
About Saul socials.
Oh yeah, hell, you gotta throw that.
We also had NFT Hendrix. We'll follow Crypto Rap God as well. The intro.
Yeah, all these songs are fire.
Peace out, y'all. Have a great night.